I ain't your uncle or your cousin, I'm the father. I'm the father, the fat fucking father. Raise your cups for the motherfucking father.
What I was saying was you're an absolute legend. Out of Detroit, out of any rap circle of music you listen to, people that know who you are, you're well known. I've been listening to you for many years, and it's been a fun journey to watch, and it's an absolute honor to have you on the honor show here, man. So thank you for being on here.
I appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah, all day long. So tell us, what part of Detroit did you grow up in?
East side,
Nice.
east side of Detroit, man.
Hell yeah. What was it like, kind of growing up there?
Man, the crazy part is it was just life, man.
Right.
It wasn't. I can't. You can't even call it rough when you were in it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It was just day to day living. Like
Right.
when I look back now, you look back and be like, damn, I'm a survivor though. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? We were survivors, like because my kids they couldn't relate to some of the things that I grew up around or some of the things I had to do to survive. And that's cool. You know, I'm
Right.
glad they don't have to.
Right.
But when I was in the thick of it, man, it just was what it was. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. That's a cool way of looking at it. And there's always a lot of wisdom there that I hear in your lyrics as well. And so on top of being a top tier lyricist, I hear a lot of growth in you over the years too. Different things. We'll talk about some of that after too. But how did you like school growing up? Did you like it or?
Man, elements of it. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
never really the with the conventional way
Right.
of learning and the bullshit they shovel to you
Right.
uh and with the curriculum that they give us.
Right.
I was always more so like a realist, and I wanted to question why certain shit didn't make sense. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Because when you really break it down, like even when you look at and I'm gonna throw one way out there, when you look at uh the monarchy and you look at the Queen of England and the royal family, right? They don't get the traditional education that everybody else get. They get a whole nother teaching that's actually
Right.
way less full of the bullshit and more straight to the point of running shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, the way they throw a lot of shit into our mix is because they want us to be worker bees. So, in order to educate the worker bees, you got to give them a certain curriculum to keep them on the path of being worker bees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why you look up and you see CEOs making millions and millions of dollars and they couldn't go to the assembly line and tell that person how to do their job
Right.
because they weren't given that. You know what I'm saying? They had a whole nother way of thinking. Now
Right.
you have a few who go through the mud and make it to the top, but for the most part, I always looked at the education like, man, I'm gonna do what I need to do to move to the next level, but I understand what this shit is.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's all part of making the illusion seem realistic.
Right.
Even with paper money. You know what I'm saying? You got cats out here killing and dying over a piece of paper
Right.
that somebody can wake up tomorrow and say that paper don't mean shit. We're
Right.
taking it out of circulation. We're taking away the value. We're not going to identify this as money anymore. But you got cats out here who will murder you for it.
Right. In a
You know what I'm
second.
saying? For the illusion of riches. Like it's all bullshit, man.
Yes. See, I'm glad I asked you that because I got some straight wisdom right from you. And you're right. They don't teach a person how to be a boss. They teach you how to be a worker. They don't teach you how to run that
Exactly.
shit. I'm so glad we got into that because I want people to know this kind of stuff because this is the type of stuff I talk about, with my family, with my son about, the value of the dollar, everything else. It could just go at any time. We never know. So
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Word.
What were some of your early musical influences? Like, what did you like to listen to when you were growing up?
Man, I think it's like probably the same as a lot of other MCs out here. You know, I was into the Fat Boys and NWA and Ice Cube and then moving into the '90s, you know, it was the whole Death Row movement
Yeah.
and Nas and Wu
Woo.
Tang. Um, but I've also always had a strong love for like that old school vintage R&B, like the Temptations, man,
Yes.
and like Teddy Pendergrass, and just
Yeah.
really back then for me, it was for that genre of music, it was more the musicians, man. When you listen to the actual music,
Right.
and I think the reason why I appreciate that music so much is because in my generation we sampled a lot of that music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of it lived on. Like the music from the '70s was heavily sampled in the
Yes.
'80s and the '90s.
Right.
So it like lived on, man. So I just love music, period. I can't even really, you know, I just named some of my favorites, but music is just everything for me.
Yes. Yes. I love it. I love it. Great answers, man. At what point did you yourself start putting together rhymes and start rapping?
Man, probably around the late '80s when I was about 8 or 9 years old, man.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, it was more so initially in the form of poetry,
Sure.
but like when I seen Crush Groove, man,
Yes.
it was like it made me want to do that. It made me want to take the poetry to another level.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's when my uncle T Money introduced me to the microphone, man, because he was a DJ.
Yes.
So you know, we just used to be in his room, man. He would be spinning the records. And one day he told me to write some rhymes. So I wrote a verse, took the verse to him. He was like, "Yeah, that's whack as fuck."
Oh.
And that made that
Oh.
made me go back to the drawing board though, man. And one thing my uncle
Right.
told me that stuck with me is my uncle told me, he was like, man, you're not living anything that you're saying in these bars. And
Oh.
over the years, man, I understood more and more what he was saying. He wasn't necessarily saying, hey, all of these bars have to be 100% fact, because rappers always exploit the truth and
Right.
take shit left, right.
Right.
But I think he was more so saying, like, man, I don't believe you.
Oh.
And it's not relatable. It's not relatable being who you are and where you are in life. You know what I'm saying? And I get that now. Because like I said, I was like 8 or 9 years old and I'm talking this big shit and it's kind of like, come on, man. I don't believe that. And I get that now because when I listen to music, it's hard for me to enjoy it if I don't believe you.
Right.
And that's not saying that, you know, it's a lot of people out here spewing bullshit or saying some over the top shit, but like Willie D is one of my favorite rappers because
Yes.
Willie D might not be the best MC, or he might not be a Nas, or he might not be a Elzai.
Sure.
But when Willie D say he'll put a hole in your chest,
Yeah.
big enough to drive a truck through.
Yeah,
That's not possible, right? But
right.
I believe Willie D.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
believable.
Right. I
Yeah.
love it. Definitely. See, dude, these are the type of stories that I live for, because like I said, you're legendary to me, man. And to hear these origin stories of how you started in different stuff, this is what I live for. This is what the show is about, trying to honor hip hop legends while they're here and give them their flowers while we can, because that's how it should be done, I think. And dude, that's awesome. I love hearing this type of stuff. Did you know then when you were rapping with your uncle and stuff and he was kind of guiding you, did you know then that yeah, this is what I want to do?
It felt like it. You know what I'm saying? It felt like this is. I think it changed with levels. You know what I'm saying? Because that initial level was I wanted to grab that microphone. I wanted to be heard over that microphone.
Yes.
Then the next level was, you know what I'm saying? I want to put some dope rhymes together.
Yes.
Then the next level was I want to be heard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Then once I started to be heard, I started to get better. I started to strengthen everything that came in the lower levels. I wanted to be heard by more people. Then I wanted to be heard on something that sounded professional.
Yes.
Then I wanted to be heard on a stage, rocking the mic. Then I wanted to be
Yes.
heard. You know what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
was all kind of levels to it, man. And the dope part about it is the levels have somewhat renewed now because my son is making music. So it's kind of like, damn,
Yes.
I, I, I remember wanting to hear his voice on that microphone, and I remember wanting to hear him rap a dope verse, and I remember wanting to hear him put out a dope project, and wanting more people to hear him.
Yes.
So now, just reliving the journey through him, and it's even doper now because he's actually producing
Nice.
his own music. So
Nice.
he's way better than I ever was.
It's a proud moment. A very proud moment.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
word.
that's awesome. I let's see here. What is hip hop? I always like to ask people this because I still feel like rap gets a bad rap from some people, but I think it's a very positive, great thing. And I always like to ask everybody interview, what has hip hop done positive for you in your life?
Man, hip hop saved my life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop has done like amazing things in my life. When you really break it down, man, I got homeboys and friends over the years who went to prison. I got homeboys and friends who have been murdered. Um,
Sorry to hear that,
and
brother.
I could have easily been with them or in those situations, but maybe I was at the studio.
Right.
Maybe I was at an open mic. You know what I'm saying? It's times that I was somewhere doing something affiliated with hip hop, and it probably saved my life or saved my freedom.
Yeah.
I've even had friends over the years and people that I've known who, when I was into some left field shit or doing something I wasn't supposed to do, you know, they would flat out tell me like, "Man, you don't belong here. Like you need to be. You got this passion, man, and you're dope at it.
Yeah.
Uh, we go hold you down, and we go support that. Let's move in that direction."
Yeah.
So, you know, if it wasn't for hip hop, I could have been in some fucked up situations. So I'll always love hip hop for that.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love those kind of answers, man. Thank you for that. Are you a spiritual person?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Definitely.
Nice.
I feel like, well, I know for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, man, I have to have spiritual foundation.
Yes.
I have to, I have to believe, and I do believe, in the higher power, man, because that foundation that keeps me grounded. It
Yes.
gives me something to come back to. It um, it powers my moral compass.
Yes.
It allows me to treat people with respect and love and understand the power of respect and love and man, it gets me through my day to day,
Yes.
you know, just
Yes.
appreciating where and what I come from.
Right. Absolutely. That's dope. I like that. Let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind a couple of my favorite songs of yours. The song "I'm the Father." Tell us kind of the inspiration behind that.
Well, man, one thing about me is I've always been like I said, since my uncle gave me that speech, man, I'm a realist and I'm a realist with my music. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? As I grew into my own, I realized what I wanted Fat Father to be, who I wanted Fat Father to be, and how I wanted Fat Father to be seen. And I'm not just the father who wakes up and, hey, boys and girls, you know what I'm saying? I'm a hood ass father.
Yes.
Like, I keep it real with my kids. I don't water down no bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they get it straight. And that song was just making a statement. Like, look, I will beat your ass if you get out of line or
Yes.
disrespect me, talking just to people in general.
Right.
But hey, I also have to be home to make these lunches, get these babies to school, and
Right.
let them know that they are the most important thing to me in life. So that song was basically me allowing people into my reality of balancing um, Fat Father musically and Fat Father fatherly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah, that I love that song. Thank you for that, because like what you were saying earlier about believing it. Like when I listen to the hook on that song or any part, I believe it. I believe you on there when you're
Word,
like, I'll smack the shit out of you. But I believe it. So that's dope. I like that. What about
word.
the song "Gratitude"?
Man, that song is crazy because, like, I think I wrote that song on like a Sunday. I recorded it on a Monday, shot the video for it on a Wednesday.
Wow.
So the song just came to me, man. I just wanted to do something just to show people that I really do appreciate it. Like, this shit is, man, even this right here, even you reaching out, man, like that, the level of appreciation that I have for that, that I understand. Like, sometimes people tend to shit on people because they don't feel like this person is at a certain level,
Right.
or they don't feel like this person is doing it this big. And now we're in the day of, oh, this person doesn't have that many followings and all of that bullshit.
Right.
Man, I'm about genuine love and respect, man.
Yes.
Like, we're from two different places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And who knew that we would ever cross paths?
Right.
And we cross paths through you showing love to something that I created out of
Right.
thin air, man. Like
Yes.
like it's all that's all God, man. That's
Yeah.
all God working. And like, sometimes people sit back and they limit God to this entity that just sits over here while they're doing everything over here. So what I mean by that is, people will totally detach God from pulling into the gas station, walking into the gas station, paying the money, going back to the car, pumping the gas, getting back in their car, and driving home. People will totally detach God from that. when you look at all of the elements to that. First of all, you're able to walk.
Right.
First of all, you had the means to have a vehicle to walk to. Second of all, you had the means to walk into the gas station to pay it.
Right.
And somebody opened that gas station. Somebody put the gas
Right.
in that gas station. You were able to walk back, put the gas in the car into an automobile that somebody hands made.
Right.
This is all God.
Right.
And that's what I mean by people will detach God from a situation. Like, this is all God.
Right. Yes. Yes,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So when I look at it, like for me to still be here in 2023 and I'm still able to make music, and I don't care if it doesn't move 1,000,000 copies. I don't give a shit if it moves 1,000 copies. If it moves 100 copies, man, God gave me a talent
Yes.
to make money and survive and to meet people and to
Yes.
do things. I've traveled the world. I've done all of this. So this is all God.
Yes.
And now to see my son doing it, to see my son doing it on another level because he's an actual musician, just to see him at age 15 get all of this love and support, man, this is God. Like,
Yes.
this journey probably wasn't even for me. My journey probably had nothing to do with Fatt Father. It was probably all for DJ Oreo. It's
Yes.
probably all for my daughter. Like,
Yes.
because that's another thing about fatherhood. And this is what people don't want to realize is that once you have children, you realize that it was never about you.
Right. Right.
It was never about you. Like let's be real. We appreciate Martin Luther King's father. We appreciate Muhammad Ali's father, but you don't see a whole lot of memes about them.
Right.
You see a whole lot of memes about their children
Right.
because their children made such powerful changes and had such a positive effect on the world. So that's how I look at fatherhood, man. My journey wasn't for me, it's for them.
Yes.
So gratitude was all about me letting people know that, hey, I understand that us working together, me making the music, you supporting the music, you showing me love for the music, you purchasing the music, you seeing me out in public and wanting to take a picture with me, like all of that got me through my day to day, and all of that is God working.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I love it. Thank you for that. Um, Another song I wanted to ask you about, because that's why I wanted to ask you about I'm the Father, and then I wanted to ask you about something more hardcore, and then a couple of your more reflective songs like, Gratitude. And what about the song Growth? That's another one of my favorites that you really spit some deep shit on that I really could connect with.
Man, I think it's the same thing. I think it's just about, man, understanding that there's levels to life, man.
Yes.
Like, and just being willing to accept that change and being willing to walk into evolution. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they're comfortable where they are,
Right.
and they're good with that. And that's why you have, I've seen 50-year-old men out here with their pants sagging and looking like, you know what I'm saying, they're still trying to live in their 20s, and it's kind of like, damn, bro, like, and you have kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to show them that there's enjoyable times and reward in every level of life, or you're only instructing them to live to a certain point or
Yeah.
not to expect to live past a certain point,
Right.
you know? And I think that was the, for me, like when I was young, growing up in the environment that I grew up in, I seen a lot of people not make it to 21.
Right.
I seen a lot of people not make it to 18,
Oh.
whether it was not make it alive or not make it free. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So through this thing we call hip hop, I was able to travel. I was able to meet different people, and it showed me that hey, plants do grow taller than that.
Yes.
Trees do grow taller than that. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be at the age I am now and to look back, that song Growth is just talking about just that. That's why
Yes.
when you see the music video, if you watch the video, it says a lot even in the visual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? About the growth.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And speaking of growth, I've seen you make changes over the years. What inspired you to? Because you've gotten into tremendous shape over the last couple of years, and what kind of inspired that?
Man, just wanting to live longer
Yes. Yes.
and like doing whatever I can to reach my full potential.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it basically starts with me. Like I have to be alive to see what's on the other side of that mountain. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that and just leading by example with my children, man, because now they've picked up the good habits.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They count calories and they make sure they get their workouts in every day. And it's just leading by example, man, just embodying fatherhood to the fullest.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of people, they will say, oh, I'm a good father or I'm a good mother. And they may be. That's not taking nothing from them. They may be. But what we have to understand is these children watch us. They watch 100% of what we do.
Right.
They watch everything. So
Everything.
you can be the best, you can be the best mother, you could be the best father. You can go to work, you can provide a great home, you can provide food every day, but you smoke a pack of cigarettes every day. And your children see that.
Right.
And in a lot of situations, children will pick up a cigarette just to be close to mom and pops. Like it will become an achievement.
Right.
Like I've heard people say while sitting there with their child, like, man, where did these years go? I can't believe I'm sitting here having a drink with Junior. Or I'm out here or Junior like, hey pops, let me get a light. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not shitting on nobody. Whatever you do it.
Right.
But what I'm just saying is we have to pay attention
Yes.
because generational wealth is bigger than money. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
all about up here. It's all about habits too. So,
Yes.
what habits are you handing down,
Right.
and are they positive habits or negative habits? And that's what I embodied on my journey to transform myself. And I'm still a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? I'm still every day I wake up and be like, what can I be doing better? I've even sat down, me and my wife sit our children down and we even asked them, hey, what can we be doing better? Is
Yeah.
it something like that you're feeling like you're missing or something that you need to discuss to get a better understanding of why I do what I do? Like even going back to my son and his music, it's a lot of things I did with him, and he couldn't understand why I was like saying, no, we're not going to do that, or we're going to do it this way, or we're going to do it that way. And I could tell he really didn't understand it at first, but now he does.
Nice.
And I tell him it's a method to my man. Even now,
Mhm.
my son put out an album. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting people showing it love.
Yeah.
DJ Oreo freshman year, people showing it a lot of love, man. But I told him I still want you to grind
Yes.
like you're at the bottom. I keep it
Yes.
real with him too. I'm like, you're
Yes.
good at what you do. But just know it's a lot of people out there that's good at what they do. What's going to separate you from them? Your
Yes. Yeah.
hustle has to separate you from them. It's a lot of dope ass rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a dope ass rapper.
Hell
I
yeah.
feel like I've always been a dope ass rapper. But I feel like a lot of times I lacked hustle.
Sure.
And I feel like in many ways that held me back because I didn't learn the lesson until late. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that all goes with the transformation though, man. Just transformation, everything we just talked about, the transformation from the growth that allowed me to show my people gratitude because I'm the motherfucking father.
Yes. I love it, dude. See, it, just the way you put all that together, and you know, your life has inspired me too. Like I had to take a look at myself. I said I could make a lot of changes, and I ended up dropping a lot of weight over this last summer because I was like, man, people are doing shit and doing stuff for themselves, and I was like, what am I teaching my kid? And I seen like the way you post, like with your videos, I could tell you're proud of your family. You want to be there for your family. You want to show them the right moves and teach them. That's super commendable, and I really think that's a legendary
I
thing about you
appreciate it.
too. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Um, Tell us about the album Soccer Dad.
Uh Man, again, just me being Fat Father, just
Yes,
uh just showing people that you can be you and still be dope.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? And also telling people that, man, it's it's shit going on in everybody's lives.
yeah,
Like just because I'm making music don't mean that I'm not over here living this real ass life. You know what I'm saying? So Foulmouth, man, produced that entire project, right? And Foulmouth is one of my
yeah.
favorite producers. And I'm not about to
Wow.
say Foulmouth is one of my favorite Detroit producers. That's bullshit. He's one of my favorite producers, period, because Foulmouth music is soulful. It tells a story. Every
Yes,
beat tells a story. So that's why I feel like this was a real genuine collaborative effort because every time he gave me a beat, like for this project, every beat on this project spoke to me.
yeah,
And basically the beat and my thought process negotiated and collaborated and decided where we were going to go together.
yeah,
So Soccer Dad is just basically my attempt at letting people know that hey, man, you can be this dope MC, you can put out this fire music, but shit is still over here happening. My
right,
kids are still growing up. I still have to go to soccer games. I still have to go to school concerts. I still have to take care of my wife. I still have responsibilities, but again, always going back to, but if you ever become disrespectful on any level, I will slap the shit out of you.
yeah,
I don't want to slap the shit out of you.
right,
I don't want to pop you. I don't want to stab you or kick you or choke you or none of that shit. But all of that is possible
right,
depending on what you do to bring me there.
right. Yes,
Otherwise, I'm over here raising these kids and on the grind to take care of what I need to take care of.
yes. I love that. I love that whole concept of, yes, I'm out here and I'll do what I got to do for mine. But remember, I'm a family man too, above and everything else. So that's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
You were in a group or two as well, right? Fat Killers with Marv One, and who all was in that group?
Marv One, Shimmy Bango, and King Gordy.
Yeah, yeah, yep, that's right. Yes. So yep, you were one of the four of them. Yes. That was some of my favorite Detroit shit of all time too. That was some real classic shit. That everything you've been on has always been super top tier lyricism. What gives you the drive to keep wanting to do better and inspire and
Man, I feel like I'm so grateful to still be here, man.
yes,
So I just like to I like to check in with the people, man, at every level. Every time I move to a new level, I gotta check in with the people and let them know, like, look, I'm still here. I'm still doing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember putting out an album cover, or I remember putting out music, and the cover was Tales of the Childless Father. Before I had kids, it was just me on the cover. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then my very next project was my daughter as a newborn
Yes.
on the cover. And
Yeah.
then my next project was my daughter as a toddler on the
Yes.
cover. Then I had a project with my son and my daughter on the cover. And now my daughter's about to go to college. So
Oh
it,
yeah.
it it's kind of
Congratulations,
like
man.
it's like me just checking in with the people, man. Just also staying true to what I do as far as being a father. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Because I'm a father first.
Right.
So I just feel, man, I'm blessed because I found a way to do what I love for all of these years. You know what I'm saying? And still
Absolutely.
not miss being a father.
Yes.
Like, that's God, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I won. Like, because my kids seen me doing what I love to do, and they never had to miss me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Because a lot of kids miss out on being around their parents for certain careers and aspirations their parents want to take care of the kid. But like you said, then a lot of times the kids miss out and they'd rather have the parent around. So that's dope that you got
Yeah.
to do that and still be the family, man. That's awesome, dude. Uh, oh, I wanted to ask you earlier the name Fat Father. At what point did you adopt that name, and how did I always like to ask everybody about the rap name.
Man, it was high school, man. Like, it was like I was always the fat kid,
Sure.
but I decided that I wasn't gonna be the fat kid that everybody else wanted me to be. I was gonna be a whole nother genre of fat.
Yeah.
I was going to be the arrogant. I was going to be the arrogant fat, the confident fat.
Yes.
Like, I felt like the fat boys showed me that, hey, you could be fat and entertaining.
Yeah.
But then when Biggie came along, it was kind of like, yo, this dude he got women. He
Yeah.
don't give a shit with no, and it just kind of amplified my way of thinking. Like, man, yeah, you can call me fat, but the fat you're calling me is not going to mean shit to me.
Yes.
Like, the only fat I respond to has two T's on it because it's a whole nother genre of fat. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes. I love it. Thank you for that. Do you have any projects that you have on the way that you want to talk about, or anything you're working on now?
Well, man, me and my man DJ Jules, baby, we have a group called Grindset,
Yeah.
and we released a project last year, and we have another project. We released volume 2 first,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we got volume 1 coming up next.
Nice.
So go check out the Grindset project that's out there.
Never heard of it.
Um, then of course my son just dropped DJ Oreo freshman year.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm also working on an EP that my son is producing entirely
Nice.
called Legacy Father
Nice.
Time. So yeah, those are some things I have in the works, man.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go check. I remember listening to that Grindset Volume 2, and I was trying to find. I was like, "Where's Volume 1?" I hadn't realized until you just told me that there wasn't a one that came first. So I'll definitely be checking for one. I'm gonna check out your
Word.
son's album too, because I definitely want to check that out. It sounds like he's a real talented kid, and I definitely gonna go check him out too.
Yeah, man, check him out, man. Hit up his website too, man. DJOreo.com, man.
Hell yeah, I will.
Yeah.
And man, thank you for that's pretty much everything I wanted to ask you. You answered everything awesome, and it's truly been an honor just to have you on the honor show and to be able to talk with you about your origins. And you've been one of the best rappers out there, in my opinion. You've been putting in work for years, and you definitely deserve any type of flowers coming your way. Cause like every song I listen to, there's more bars or more just stuff that makes me think and makes me want to wonder about shit and makes me question things, and it's just really it's really music that I can tell is from your heart and soul, and I wanted to say I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, my man.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you.
Yep. And my bag on not getting that video to you, man.
Hey, it's all
Life be
good.
lifing, bro.
It's all good,
Yeah.
man. I'm just happy that we were able to connect on this and get the video working and everything. I'm just real happy we're on the show, and this is definitely always going to be one of my favorite interviews. So thank you for coming on here, man.
No problem, brother.
You have a great day, and God bless. Thank you.
All right, you too, man.
Thank
Peace.
you. Peace, brother.
Yep.